Right, how you doing all? Look at this for an afternoon. A bit different to the last video I put out, wasn't it? Which was it the River Avon? Oh, and it was soaking, it was miserable. But anyway, this is a part 3 of a video which I've been trying to finish from Bury Head here in Brixham. Years ago, I got a front cover with Devon Life magazine from this particular spot. I came back a few weeks to try and recreate the shot, but get it at sundown, because the front cover I got was sunrise, so I wanted to come back and get it at sundown, but there was no colour. So I come back a second time and I didn't even get the camera out my bag, I don't think. Ooh, just keep you out the wind. So I thought, bugger it, I'm going to come back. It's what time is it? It's 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, bright blue sky, puffy white clouds. I thought I'm going to see if I can come back and get the shot, but maybe do it with a big stopper. I know shooting in the middle of the day with the high sun isn't much good because of the shadows and all the rest of it, but this is the spot. I thought, if there's a bit of movement in these clouds, I can get the big stopper on. I reckon it'd be a cool shot here. I'll have a look about, set up. What a spot, look at it, it's lush. Look at that. Right, I'm hoping you can see me in there. First thing is, I've got to try, I've been here like this is my 3rd or 4th time now, and I still can't remember where I took the last shot from. I think because last time it was so bloody dark. I'm just going to have a walk about my camera, if it's dried off from the last video, that is, because it was soaking. Canon EOS-R, the Canon 14 RF 14 to 35 f4, which I pretty much love. It's a nice lens, quite like it. Problem is I'm shooting into the sun, so I want all my optics, all my filters to be proper clean, otherwise they're going to show up and I'm going to be removing dust spots and everything in editing for months. In fact, I'm going to stand this way because the sun's behind me. I knew before I come to do this shoot that the sun, I've got a little app on my phone, sun calculator or whatever it is, and it tells me where the sun's going to be, and I knew the sun was going to be down there or coming in this direction, but the sun's really high, so I'm hoping it's not going to be in my shot, because that is the last thing you want, shooting into the sun. Bin the glasses. Oh, look, can you believe that? I don't know if you can even see the sun, but that there, I've got the water in the foreground and I've got the sun in my shot. In fact, I'm just going to grab a quick shot of that handheld. This is just AV F11, 125th of a second. Look at that. Look how wide that lens is. Oh, bugger. I didn't want the sun in my shot. So I might be wasting this 14mm. What I might do is just, I don't want this crap in the foreground. It looks so different now, the water's not gushing, it's low tide as well, and there's no easterly, it's as smooth as. Is this where I took the shot from last time? Or was I over there? I'm sure I was here. I'm sure this wasn't where I was last time. I think I might go for about there. Right, this is a handheld shot, people. Just poke the sun out, which is 125th f11. Clouds are moving a little bit. I quite like that there, actually. I like the diagonal. If you look at the picture, I'll put them up on the screen. You've got the headland cutting in from left to right, and you've got the headland on the right, and you've got that little islandy bit sticking out. I quite like the composition of that. If I can get something really funky going in with those clouds, I reckon I'm on to a winner. You still see me over there? It's going to be about there. I don't know where I'm going to get to put my bloody tripod. I think it was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, it's going to be around here somewhere. Right, if there's any tripod companies out there who want to buy me a new tripod, a real thick, heavy one, please do. I love this one, but I wish I got the one with a wider, bigger girth. Get me filters. The big stopper goes in closest to your lens because he's got a gasket on him. Go on there. Go mode. I'm gonna go manual. Keep him on f13 for the minute. It's a nice sweet spot for this lens. Oh, 8 seconds. At f13 is giving me a nice exposure. I'm not going to use this graduated filter unless I really need to, because I don't want 2 bits of glass shooting bang into the sun. It's not really doing a lot, to be honest. No, I ain't gonna bother with that. I can recover the highlights pretty well. Let's go for a 2-second timer. Focus further the way in, just hit manual focus just so I know I've got loads in focus. In fact, I might go F14. I know my sensor's really clean because I give it a bloody good clean a couple of weeks back. Should have done a video on that, really. It's so easy, people. If you want to clean your sensor, do it yourself. So easy. I'll do a video on it one day. 10 seconds. Hopefully we'll get some movement in those clouds. I don't think they're going to move at all. There's a bit of movement there. Ideally I'd like the clouds to be going away or to me. I think they're going from right to left. Yeah, there's not really much movement at all in that. See what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to double up and put my IRND 6 stop on as well. See if that does anything, see if that helps. God, I thought I'd clean these. How did I use my boots? So that's my big stopper and my Lee IRND 6 stop. Right, people, the shot with just a Lee big stopper, 8 seconds was it? F14, 10 seconds. I'm going to put it up on the screen, share what it looks like, and it's, in all fairness, it's crap. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've put my Lee IRND 6 stop on as well. So I've got my Lee big stopper and I've got my Lee IRND big stopper. But I've had to go in bulb mode on the camera because I need to go over the 30 seconds, which is cool because bulb mode on these Canon cameras, you've got an inbuilt intervalometer, I think it's called. If I've got a couple of ND filters, I've got a little chart somewhere which tells me how long my exposure needs to be with the set aperture and all that lot. I'm having to lob this on here because I've got 2 bits of glass in front of the lens. A little bit of light is flying in the top here and spoiling the bloody shot. Problem is 5-minute exposure. That's going to be, that ain't going to bloody stay still, is it? Just need it over there. Just like that, but don't move. So 5-minute exposure, F16. In fact, no, I'm going to bring him down to F14. I focused on manual focus because the back of the screen is pretty much dark. 2-second timer, 5 minutes. See what that looks like. So now the back of my timer's counting down. Bulb mode timer, it just counts up 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm going to turn you off because I'm not going to leave you recording for 5 minutes. Did I say 5 minutes? I forget now. I'll tell you at the end when it's finished. The reason I'm putting 2 ND filters on, and the reason that 8 to 10 seconds isn't long enough, because there's not enough movement in the cloud. When you're doing these long exposures, you will either want a lot of movement or no movement. Otherwise, it just looks like the tripod's bloody moved on its, the camera's moved on the tripod. So that's why I've gone for sort of such a long exposure, because I want it to be so dramatic with the clouds. 30 seconds left. My cloth that I put on top, I don't know if you can see, bloody wind blew it off. I'm going to have to do a bit of editing with that because the sunlight is getting through the gap at the top. In fact, I need to make something for that. But then again, I'm shooting into the sun, so I'm asking for all problems. I'm sure I put it on for a 5-minute timer. If that's the case, this should be going click in 2 seconds. Right then. Please be a good shot, please be a good shot. Definitely got movement in the clouds. Oh, I've got to be honest, I really, really like that. I could do with really going for 6 minutes, I think. What's the histogram saying? Lovely bit of movement in the clouds. The water looks gorgeous. Nice and smooth. I'll tell you what, if that landscape's sharp, I can't really see from here because it's so bloody dark. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something to fill that bloody gap with because that light's getting through and it's spoiling it. I don't know where the light's coming through there because I've got gaskets on these bloody things. Oh, that might have done it. I'm going to bring him down to F13. I'm going to change it to 6 minutes. And I reckon that might give me a nice shot. So if that wind stays where it is for a minute. Fingers crossed, I'm going to turn you off and get you back in 6 minutes. Bugger off, wind. Bugger off. Oh, just Give me 6 minutes of no wind, will you? Anyway, whilst that's counting down, for any of you that don't know how this bulb mode works, obviously if you want to take a long exposure on your camera, you can only, on manual mode or AV mode or TV mode, you can only take 30-second long exposures. I don't know why they don't change that to go up to what you want. I think that's because the camera will show you what the exposure will be in the exposure simulation. But you chuck it on bulb mode, and in your menu you go into the red camera, I forget which one it is across, but go through the menus and then you'll have bulb mode, and you literally just set how long you want the exposure to be. Bang in 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2-second timer, bang. And it just saves me using the remote control, because I don't like using a remote control. Obviously if I'm by the coast and I want to catch waves mid-wave, I've got the remote control with me, but the less I can carry the better. Did I say 6 minutes? Have I gone up to 6 minutes? Canon EOS-R, Canon RF 14 to 35, the Lee big stopper, the Lee IRND 6 stop, f13 ISO 100, 6 minutes. Boom. We're only 2 minutes in. I'm going to turn you off, I reckon. If that's sharp, I love it. Sorry, that's a portrait shot, people, but that's the shot I was going for. When I started this little adventure of coming up here to take a picture, I thought I was only going to be here once, but obviously it's taken me 3 attempts to come back something that I'm happy with. So that just proves with landscape photography, you don't always get what you're after. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos, they're not very long. I think they're only about 10 minutes each. First time coming up here, the weather was, I think the sun was over the wrong side. There was no clouds over here, so I didn't get a shot. I think I got something, but it was nothing amazing. And the second time I come up, I didn't even get the camera out of the bag. I ended up taking a picture with my DJI OSMO action. But now I've come back in the middle of the day, and in all fairness, I love these extreme long exposures. No matter how experienced you are in landscape photography, sometimes when you set an exposure off for sort of 5 or 6 minutes, you don't really know what you're going to get. Well, I don't anyway. Perhaps there are people out there that specialise in long exposures and know exactly what they're going to get, but I can't wait to get back to the computer and open up that file and see how bad it really is, or how good it really is. If it's half as good as what it looks on the back of the camera, I reckon it's going to be a pretty good shot. So I've got 4 days off now. It's Easter in a couple of days. That's Good Friday. Is it good? Does that mean it's Good Friday tomorrow? Well, it's bank holiday tomorrow anyway. I don't know what time it is. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Thursday, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do now actually. The sprogs are out because the missus is busy doing what she's doing. I might go to the pub and have a portion of chips and a bit of a doom bar, I reckon. But anyway, cheers for watching. See ya in the next vid, because this is probably going to be the last time that I'm coming up to Berryhead to do any shots for a while. Well, I was saying that, I'm lucky it's only on my doorstep, so it's literally 5 minutes away, and I quite like it up here. It's nice and chilled. Roll long, not long now. It'll be shorts and bare feet on the beach photography. Summer's on the way, hopefully. So, cheers for watching. Cool. Cheers. Bye.